box braids over my Braidlocs, and I'm going to show you how I did it. If you have starter locks, especially starter braid locks, and your locks have not started to mature yet, this is not something that I would recommend you do too frequently. Every now and then will be okay, but don't spend the whole first year of your lock journey, especially your braid lock journey, with something covering your locks, because it's holding your locks flat. The hair strands within your locks are not able to move as freely, and so your locking process is going to be slowed down. So doing this every now and then, cool. All the time, let's not do that. So with that being said, keep watching to see how I did it. I'm just demonstrating how I did one braid. I didn't record the whole thing, didn't want the video to be too long. So I'm showing you how I did one braid, and then I'm going to show you how I use, how I use a crochet hook to conceal the tips of my locks that kind of stick out like this, the ones that didn't make it into the braid, or that have made it into the braid, like this one probably initially was but has come out since. I did these a few days ago. So let's go. So this is the braiding hair that I used. It's by Model. In each bag there were 3 bundles of braiding hair, and I used about 7 bundles total, and it's pretty equivalent to 7 bags of regular individual braiding hair. I liked this hair though because it was really soft and it didn't tangle easy, but any braiding hair will do. So I'm going to be demonstrating on these 2 braid locks here. In all the other braids, I had at least 4 or 5 of my locks, but these 2 were the ones that actually were left out by accident. But I'm just going to use them as my demonstration locks. With your braiding hair, the thickness of the hair you grab is going to be determined by how many locks you're putting in each braid. So that's just all up to you. Just feel what feels about right for the thickness of your locks. So I'm just attaching the hair at the root just like you would doing any other individual braids. And I'm going to braid down . And after a few rotations going downward, I'm going to split the braiding hair and add it to the lock piece. And then continue to braid down, and I really try to keep the locks covered by the braiding hair. And here I'm adding a little more braiding hair to make the pieces a little more even. And I'm just going to braid all the way down. Please excuse my nails, y'all. So don't go too fast when you braid, because you'll start to have this problem that I had where your lock is kind of just sticking out and looking really awkward. So I actually had to take this down a little bit and then re-braid it to make sure that lock is nice and snug in the braid. And I will say, the more locks you put into your braid, the harder it is to keep your ends concealed. But I will show you a trick as to how I fix the problem of your ends sticking out. So this is about as far as I'm going to go. And I'm going to take a small piece of braiding hair and then knot it around the braid a few times just to help ensure the braid does not come loose. I'm gonna cut it even with the other braids, and later I will dip this in boiling water to get that crinkly, wavy pattern at the end of the braid. And some of the hair is just gonna have to get re-dipped so that this new braid can have the same pattern. So I'm just braiding it all the way down, and then I will dip it in boiling water at some point. And that's it. Now, as for those pesky ends that don't want to stay in the braid, you're gonna grab your crochet hook. You wanna insert the crochet hook into the opposite side of the braid of the end that's sticking out so that it comes out on the same side, and then hook the end of your lock and pull it through. And since this one is still sticking out a little bit, I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm gonna come again from the opposite side out to where the tip is sticking out. I'm gonna hook it in and pull it back through. So, pretty easy fix. You can do that as many times as you need. Altogether, it took me about 6 or 7 hours to complete this style. It was very easy, just 4 or 5 locks per braid. Take your time, watch a movie, and the results are beautiful. It's a little bit heavy, got to get used to that, but other than that, I love it. So if you guys try it out, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time.